What's going on, guys? Indy here with Ultimate 2 Reviews. Well, today we're taking a look at the Hosonic. They actually saw my other review that I did I just actually ended up ordering that flashlight randomly. If you want to check that out, I'll leave a link in the description to that $5 flashlight that I found on Amazon that actually ended up turning out to be pretty decent of a little flashlight. So sent me their E5R and E7. They definitely kind of remind me of a few other flashlights that I've seen, online. Kind of like the Woobin stuff, a little bit of design there, but of course it's not like a crazy copy or anything of those flashlights. But definitely kind of something a little bit more interesting and more unique than I've seen from a lot of other brands. So this is going to be the E5R here, and it has a little bit of a rotation to it, also rechargeable with USB-C, which is really nice. So check this thing out. It's really smooth here. Looks really clean. This, you can tell the line is right here where it rotates over, and it's actually a very solid. It's not like it's like, you can just move it super simply here, but very solid there. And let's check out this thing on here. And to use this here, this side light, it's a triple click. So 1, 2, 3. There we go. It's actually really cool. So if you are, say, biking or something like that, there's actually a great little option you could have here. Got different, this is going to be a blue light. We've got a red light, and we've got a flashing red light, regular yellow light, which is nice. Like a police light. Don't put that on your car. Actually, just a white light. That's actually really cool design. Um, it's got more features than just a regular flashlight to it, and of course, long press to turn it off. It does have just a quick on mode, so you just hold it on, then release the button to turn off from there. So that's actually pretty neat. If you want to have it stay on, it's going to be a double click to just stay on, and then you can just click it again to change your mode. So very simple there to use, and I like just how overall simple this is. I read the manual for 5 seconds and I get it. That's actually fantastic. That's how I want items to be, is I can read the manual for a couple seconds, I learn the operation, and there you go, you're good to go from there. So if you gotta read the manual for 10 minutes to figure it out, well, at that point, is it really worth it? They are claiming 500 lumens on this, which is a relatively conservative number. It's not like it's like, oh, it's a 50,000 lumen flashlight. You see on those on Amazon all the time. But about 500 lumens, I would say this thing is pretty bright. I would say it's going to be definitely an accurate estimation there of how bright this gets. So let's check out the E7 as well here. Again, we've got USB-C charging, which is fantastic. Everything should be USB-C now. That is definitely the way to go here. So USB-C charging on the side, of course, it's covered. They are claiming waterproof on this. Let's see here if they're claiming a IPX5, and probably the same on this as well too. Yeah, IPX5 waterproof there. So that's somewhat decent. It's not like it's going to be crazy. And I do like the single just hold down operation. So you just want to have it on for like, oh, I gotta find my keys quick, Oh, there they are. Okay, cool. I like that operation. It's something you see very often on a lot of flashlights. Definitely not, super common here. Let's find the instructions right here in English. I'd assume it's very similar to the other one here. Double click to turn on. And yep, there we go. Work light or side light. That is easy. So there's two buttons on the top here. So we've got, of course, the work light. There's our work light on the back there. And I can click that again to go blue, red, and I'm sure it's got a couple of flashing there. It's actually pretty neat. Kind of got that police flashing light there, so that is kind of cool. All right, so then you can hold it off. There you go. Long click to hold off. And then for the front, you can double click again to turn that on. There we go. And let's see what modes we got. I'm just assuming probably just a couple of modes here, from kind of dim to brighter there. It's pretty amazing what you can find now on Amazon. A brand like this, Hosonic, never even heard of this brand before until I found one of their $5 flashlights. These things are definitely, they're not light. They don't feel cheap. Brands that I review like Woobin, you can tell every single detail on those flashlights is just handpicked. Very extreme detail. These things go for about 20 bucks a piece, and honestly, these are actually fantastic flashlights here. I do like, of course, having the separate lights here. So if you want to clip this thing in somewhere, like on your bike, on yourself, belt loop, something like that, even onto like you're working somewhere. I'm definitely going to use probably this one for when I'm working. I can clip this onto like say one of my pockets or my collars, turn this around, and you can actually have the lights on there and be able to see very well with that. That's actually a pretty good design. IPX5 rated and USB-C charging, which is phenomenal. Let's see here. This just unscrews, I'm guessing, to access the USB. And there's a nice little gasket in there. The threads here definitely feel pretty solid. Doesn't unscrew all the way, which I would expect, but there's your USB-C, which keeps that nicely protected. So I've actually seen a few like Craftsman flashlights have that same design when it comes to hiding the USB charger. Where something like this, this can get kind of knocked open right there, and you might see, a little bit of, water intrusion there. So let's get these lights turned off and see how this looks in the dark. All right, let's start with the E5R here. This actually looks pretty solid for, it's claiming 500 lumens. I definitely can see that. Let's turn this thing to a little bit dimmer here. Let's go up a little bit. Okay, so that's gonna be our max brightness there. All right, but yeah, this thing looks pretty good. This is definitely illuminating my garage here. It's pretty dark in here. I like this thing a lot, actually. It's actually got quite a bit of power to it. And of course, that is not bad at all for the amount of light this thing puts out. Definitely say this is about 500 lumens or so from what I've seen from other flashlights, and it's not claiming some crazy number there. So let's give the E7 a shot now. Actually, before I do that, let's check out the little side light on here. So it's a triple click, 1, 2, 3. All right, there's my side light. So that is going to be my white light flashing. That is just going to be the blue light. There is just red. It's interesting how the blue light doesn't really show up on camera, but it illuminates with your eyes about the same as much as the blue light. But on camera, you'll see the red a lot better. The red flashing. That's going to be your yellow light, which is kind of interesting to have that on there. And then, of course, we're going to have the red and blue strobe there. And if you were shooting like a movie and you'd have some like red and blue background lighting, this thing would be a fantastic option for that. All right, let's move on to the E7 now. Okay, I'm gonna start with the backlight on the E7. So we're gonna start with the blue here. Let's go to the red, flashing red. We've got flashing blue and red. Back to just the white then. All right, now let's go to the main light here. And they're claiming 1100 lumens, so let's see if this definitely looks about twice as bright. Let's get to the brightest setting again here. About twice as bright as the, what was it, the E5R. So here is the E7, and then let's go with the E5R in my left hand and see how they compare here. Yeah, I definitely see a bit brighter. It's hard to tell, exact lumens when you're, in person exactly, but they are definitely both extremely bright flashlights. I can definitely tell the E7 is definitely quite a bit brighter. Double brightness, probably. It just doesn't, it's more of a spotlight beam than it is a wide beam. So of course it makes it a little bit harder to tell, but let me turn off the E7 here. You can just see the E5R now. Okay, that's just the E5R. Let's turn off the E5 and then go back to the E7. Definitely quite a bit brighter. Yeah, definitely. All right, guys, at the end of the day, these Hosonic flashlights are surprisingly pretty good. I was actually pretty surprised by doing all these tests here. I would say they definitely are at least accurate to what they're claiming for lumens here, about 500 lumens. IPX5, of course, is a pretty conservative estimate. I'm not saying like, 100 proof, 100 feet waterproof, you can submerge underwater for 3 years and be good to go. They're not making any wild claims about these flashlights at all. For about 20 bucks, though, I would say these are a great buy, honestly. If you guys watch my reviews before, I'll pick on anything with the smallest details here, and I can't really find anything like that's too crazy with these things. Of course, fit and finish isn't going to be perfect like some higher end flashlights that I review, but these do have some pretty creative designs to them. They're relatively affordable, USB-C charging, and from what I can tell, they are somewhat waterproof, if not decently waterproof enough that you can be able to handle anything you really throw at them. Of course, the only thing that I would find is going to be the downside is going to be longevity. If you're only about $20 a piece, how are they going to last? That's going to be the real question there. So, guys, that's my full review on these. I think they're actually a pretty solid deal for right around $20 a piece. Of course, they go on sale all the time on Amazon. There's always a coupon or some sale happening all the time. But if you want to check them out, guys, I'll throw a link in the description when I check both these flashlights out. Thanks again, Hosonic, for sending me these out. These are actually pretty good flashlights. I've been pretty impressed with these flashlights so far. It's hard to find, a decent brand of flashlights that's affordable, has some good features, and of course is going to be reliable. So I'm hoping to see if these do stay reliable. I'll update the comments if anything does happen to these when I use them. But hopefully they will stay decently reliable, guys. So thanks for watching. Take care. Have a great day and stay safe out there.